Oh, what's up, guys? Matt Smith at Performance Fab, checking in with Devin's hot rod, the S550, the Dragon Drive build. It is Friday night. You can see out about dark o'clock outside for all you must be nicers. Devin's picking this thing up. He's here now. He's loading the trailer. We've got a few things to wrap up. My guys left a few hours ago. I had to stay and wrap up a few little things, welding here and fitting a few odds and end pieces we missed. Let me flip this thing around and we'll kind of show you what we got and kind of what's left and kind of game plan on what's going on. So, like I said, we are wrapping up this phase of fabrication. I mean, there's still lots of work to be done. I wanted to kind of do a video showing everything mocked up completely before it left here, and I would say 99% has been all mocked up, but we've had to take stuff in and out to modify this or that, or finish welding this or that. I wasn't putting it all back together just for this video, because this is going to all go back together eventually here, and then you can see the final process. But yeah, this week's been a long week. The guys have really busted their tail trying to wrap this car of Devin's up. Like I said, it's little stuff. Just little stuff has been eating our lunch on this thing. We got the back all apart again. Still, you can kind of see in there. There's snow tubs again. We added a couple bars. Had to finish some welding here or there, and there's no point in putting them back in because he's literally taking this thing home to start blowing it apart. I think he's going to mock up bulkheads and anything he needs to do for wiring and plumbing. And then he's going to blow this thing completely apart to get it ready for powder coat, body shop powder coat kind of combo there, and be ready to get painted before long. But just kind of walking around, just kind of, you can see what kind of conditions. We had all the doors on. She's on her own feet again. It's going to be a good looking car. Still got all the front here for the most part. We didn't rip this. He's going to take all this apart at home. At his shop, we had there was a couple little bungs here and there we'd missed on some things. He came up the other day and we got all those. We took a few parts here and there out and added a bung here or there. Got all our grounds added. Trying to think of since our last time. I think so Devin posted a video a few days ago, so check it out. You can see some more of the parts we did there. I mean, we got the window nets in. Did some modification. We got the Morse cable set up for the floor mount pedals, so that Morse cable goes out the firewall. It's not all mounted right now, but this will route around the back of the engine. And then I machined the block. Got a bolt here that holds it, and this Morse cable just way safer than a regular style throttle cable, in my opinion. That was just one of the other things we wrapped up here. There's been so much little stuff. I'm going to forget so much, but finished getting we got a bunch of panels in here, but so obviously, let me take this one off. This panel's obviously removable, and these other panels are other. So this is a Rosler transmission, and it's got dump valves and it's a lockup. So there's a controller that you can get with Roslers to change the lockup, and Devin can go into detail more on that. But it typically will mount on the servo cover back here, but it's kind of a big and bulky piece. And just the way with this double frame reel is, it was just not going to work. So we had to make this panel. You might be able to see this. He'll go over that, but you can see those red caps. That's part of the lines. This panel right here comes off. It's just 2 bolts, 2 little machine screws, and we got a slip joint up here to where you can take that off, make any adjustments, seal it back up. Car's all sealed up best we can with everything here. In his video, if you go check it out, you can see what I had. We call it the server rack, but it's all the electronics mount here. It actually lays out really well. Battery there. You got the fire bottle here, parachute mounts all in, all the little stuff. Just, we really have tried to, I've made multiple lists on this car, and it seems like as we check them off, I add something every time. I think I've made 3 different lists that are about a page and a half each, and they grow every time I go to check something off. we've tried to make sure we got everything, but I'm sure we're missing some stuff here and there, and it's kind of part of it. I mean, me and Devin both, if he's here, must be nicing as well too. You know, Friday night, everybody's out at dinner.
It's 8:30.
Yeah, right.
You know, I'll be up until about
yeah, he'll probably have this thing ripped apart mostly tonight. So, well, everybody's enjoying it, and wondering why everybody must be nice though. That's why he's putting the time in.
Yeah, must be nice. Worked all day. Came up here after work. I'll be up all night, and that's kind of the way it goes, you know. So.
But like I said, we're wrapping up this phase of the build. I mean, it's really, he's going to lay out electronics, bulkheads, while all this is mocked up, and then probably start blowing this thing apart either tonight or tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then I'm sure he'll do another video as he tears it down and gets it ready for the next step, which is basically body shop / powder coat, kind of getting all that done. And it's just, we actually still have a few things left to do. We got to do some modifications on the doors, but he's going to leave that stuff with us. And deck lid, we got to do a little hole in the back to get to the fuel cell, so we don't have to take the back or the whole deck lid and wing off every single time. But that's parts he can leave, and this can go and get started on its next step. So that's kind of trying to keep it rolling.
For you guys watching, this job, first off, race cars are never done, right? So like they're never done. I'm the king of that. I think I've proven that with the convertible. We had to get it media blasted, but we had it painted so many times. So
what do I have, 5 coats?
Yeah. But then we had it stripped down to bare metal and whatnot.
Right.
But these things ain't never done. But this is like phase 2 of many. You know what I mean? And then you'll wind up, or I'm going to end up, pulling the whole thing apart. I'm going to document it all. And the good news is that if you're thorough with this type of stuff and you don't just get yourself in a rush. Now, granted, I'm in a rush, but I got a little bit of experience doing this. So like me rushing versus somebody who's never done this before is a little bit different. But I'm sure I'm going to find something tomorrow.
Right.
And I'm going to text Matt and be like, hey, add this to the list because maybe when I put this. Like I already know, like how am I going to put this on a dolly? So I'm going to have to figure that out by the weekend, or Monday. But there may be something that I find where when I'm putting it, when I'm mocking up electronics and bulkheads and stuff, and say, hey, crap, I forgot this.
Right.
You're probably going to see me again here in the next couple of days, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But this is kind of part of it.
We try to use a lot of forethought just because we do put a lot of these things together. I mean, I don't do as much complete finish work as he does because he's on the tail end of finish work. Like, really, your finish work should be done before your car comes to him. But there's a lot of that stuff that doesn't get finished that kind of gets pushed on him sometimes. So we see the things that need to be done or added. Just like stuff basic as grounds. I mean, we try to put a lot of welded grounds in this car. We got 2 up front, some inside, some in the back. I mean, just welded bungs, just little things like that just make life easier when you are assembling the car.
And when cars come to us and they don't have that kind of stuff, we just, we drill and tap it too. Cars come to us finished, they're all painted and everything, and we wind up drilling and tapping it too. Like this thing, there's been times where cars have shown up to us to wire and plumb, and they don't have seatbelt tabs in them.
Right.
And you're like, hey man, I hope you got somebody else to do that because I'm not. There's just a lot of little stuff that gets missed by the majority of people, and it's nothing against y'all. It's just hopefully the series of doing this kind of shows you guys if you're in the middle of something that like, hey, we got to think about this, we have to think about that.
Yeah, I mean, we try to add weight tabs in different places of the car just so we don't have to do tons of bar clamps. Granted, we might have to use some here and there, but we tried to cover some of the bulk of it.
And the weight tabs are lighter than the bar clamps, which is important.
Right.
Because if you want to add weight, you want to add it in the lightest way possible. Right. It's funny, we spend so much money in the carbon and the titanium and whatnot, and then the car gets done and we're like, well man, we got to hang 15 pounds in the back to get the numbers right. It's like, wow. But the purpose of doing that is because we don't know where you want the weight.
Yeah.
Right?
So yeah, it's like I was saying, we're gonna make a door on the deck lid just because it's pump gas car for when they're driving on the street. Don't want to have to take the wing and deck lid off every time. It's not terrible to do, but it's not, when you're putting gas in it, stopping every 100 miles, take a break and topping it off. It's just a pain. It's way easier if we can open up a door and top it off. You want
He's sitting in this son of a bitch for 100 miles.
every gas station y'all pass?
Dude, it's not even that the car's not cut out for it, because the car will do great. I think the car's going to wind up doing better on the road than the other car, just because there's, you know, I mean, like it's a little bit lighter, so it should get a little bit better fuel economy, whatever. But man, the body takes a toll.
Oh,
you
yeah.
get beat up in this thing.
Yeah, these things, there's no air ride suspension and all that. I mean, we put some air ride in the back, but it makes it ride worse.
It rides like a wagon with square wheels. This thing will beat you to, the old car will beat you to death.
Yeah.
So
Everything's solid. I mean, all the suspension's solid, all hum. So I mean, it all transfers to the softest part, which is us, or Josh and Devin.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. You see guys like Tom Bailey in that Pro Mod, Steve Morris, Brian Goldstone, Alex Taylor, even an old Earn there, Dennis riding down the road, and they're smiling. And if you saw pictures of Josh and I in the old car riding down the road smiling, that's called embracing the suck. That is not, ain't nobody enjoying that. It's just maybe for the picture. That's it. It hurts the whole time. You don't find out that you were having fun until after.
Right.
That's when you realize.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the common thread I hear, that when they're leaving, they're like, "We had fun, right?"
Yeah. That was fun, wasn't it? Right? Fly to me. Come on.
And this thing has race tech seats, which are honestly one of the most comfortable options there are out there, in my opinion. I mean, they're a pain in the ass because they're big as crap, but they are comfortable and safer than, in my opinion, especially compared to a Kirky.
Oh yeah, and riding in a Kirky,
True.
couldn't be.
Yeah, they got some fancy cushions they put in the bottom to.
Oh yeah, it's some $20 Amazon lumbar supports. Those are a lifesaver, man. They're great, you know. But, man, I'm so jazzed up. I can't, you know. I mean, everybody watching probably already knows that Matt and I have been friends for a long time, and we've worked together for a long time. But I really can't thank him enough for knocking us out. You know, I really can't. Honestly, we did you, Dylan, and Shane. Shane was here on a Friday.
Yeah, he's not a big on Friday. He laid out on Labor Day. He said, "I'll just work Friday." And then when Devin showed up, he said, "I laid out Monday, so now I got to work today."
You could just see the despair in his face. And I was like, "Are you all right?" I said, "Why are you here?" He said, "Oh, I wasn't here on Monday." I said, "God dang." I said, "Man, Shane, I can't thank you enough. I can't believe you're actually here on a Friday for me." So.
But yeah, like I said, watch Devin's videos. He'll be taking it apart, and I'm going to come up to his shop and try to help him put some of this back together and kind of do some. Well, it's going to be back here, I'm sure, at some point in time. But I'm sure we forgot stuff. But hopefully, it'll be mostly forward progress.
Oh yeah.
And
we got exciting news. You got exciting news from your guy, from Lou.
Oh yeah. So we got some cool parts coming. So these are the Hammer concept and design forks on this, and somebody, so when we mentioned the sliders in the back for the front end, about getting those made out of possibly something that would be kind of a little more lubricant based, something that would just be sturdier and stronger and slide easier, and possibly something on the front forks. Lou reached out. I'm terrible with names, so I don't know his last name. I'll put it out there later when the parts get here. But he started work. He asked me some questions about it and some dimensions, and he started making some parts for us. So one of the things we wanted to do on the bottom on the fork was make it a little bit longer, just to make it easier, just a little more room to slide the front end on easier. I mean, it's not bad, but you got to get closer to the edge, and if you're not real careful, it can slide off. So it's just trying to do something easier. And he's also going to do some UHMW / Teflon kind of top side inserts to help make it slide better here and on the back. And then on Devin's video, he mentioned making these tanks and how they semi-match. Well, except for this. And then Lou messaged me and said, "Hey man, send me some dimensions and I'll make a Performance Fab logo to go on there to kind of semi-match the."
Heck yeah,
So,
that's awesome. Because K&N's a bunch of hoes. All right. After we went 230 something mile an hour with their filters, they still didn't even reach out. Still. So if you see this K&N, you still didn't reach out.
Even though we got some to go back on there and on the turbos, but
they took the filters, but it doesn't matter. I'm still here. Still here to talk about it, you know.
But
yeah, no, it's exciting. It's exciting. Jake, if you're watching,
you're ready.
You're ready, buddy.
Sorry.
Sorry about it. You're ready. Actually, I just picked up dyno parts from him today. He just powder coated all that stuff in my dyno today, so I'm excited.
Well, like I said, guys, keep your eye out. We're going to be posting some other content here in the next few weeks. That's not Devin car related. Just keep up with that. But this deal's not over yet. So as it gets to the next stage and we start assembling again, we're going to keep this build series rolling until the end, until we see it at the track. So
you know what we need to do when it's all together? We need to do a video for your channel about setting up suspension.
Yeah.
Setting up ride height. The whole,
Right.
That's probably gonna be like a freaking 5-part damn series. It's such a pain in the ass.
Right.
A lot of people think it only takes an hour or
Right.
two to do, but it's a huge pain in the ass.
Yeah, especially this is all brand new. It's not convertible. We kind of figured out pretty easy eventually, but
click,
right.
you know what I mean? But,
and it was a pain in the ass at first. It took us a while to get to that point.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But
yeah, that'll make a good series of videos. So we'll have to do that.
definitely. But just check us out, man. We appreciate you guys watching. Just like and subscribe, and see you next time. See ya.